Full swing. The Women's W-League kicked off only yesterday. Scott McIntyre caught up with several of the main players ahead of Season 2.
They're the faces of the continuing growth of women's football in Australia. But unlike the men, they have to juggle playing commitments with financial or educational ones.
Outside of football, I work full-time in the public service in Canberra. Fancy that. I work for the Department of Environment. Luckily enough, my boss is very flexible and understanding of everything.
I'm a first aid officer at Good Samaritan Primary School. My boss, who's the principal, is great. He lets me, whenever I need it, time off to go Matildas, Westfield Matildas camps, or need be at the W-League, Westfield W-League. He gives me time off on a Friday if I need to fly out.
I'm doing PE teaching at uni, and I do a bit of soccer coaching up at North Sydney for the Northern Tigers. So yeah.
I've studied 2 years of primary education at university. Currently I've deferred my university studies. I'm going to change into human movement applied science with business, so hopefully I really enjoy that.
But first there's the football to enjoy in the second season of the W-League. A competition that, for the first time in a long time, puts women's football squarely in the spotlight.
It's really great. It showed that we are professional athletes who, you know, we're not just girls that kick a ball here and there. We do have some talent out there, so hopefully it will really bring some viewers to the game and open the public's eye up to how competitive and how professional women's football is in Australia and on the world stage.
The W-League is extremely important. It's a foundation for players like myself and players not quite in the squads to sort of work their way up to those squads, and for national team coaches to be watching week in, week out, and it's a really competitive series, so we'll see how we go.
We haven't had that opportunity up until last year to see players playing against each other, and from that, you know, it gives me a chance to actually compare players and then to give players opportunities who do well.
One of the real positives of the second season is the influx of foreign talent. Players from Denmark, Chinese Taipei and the United States all coming down under for a stint in the W-League.
It's very exciting, and that's the benefit of Australia. It's a really good country. We play opposite to a lot of their seasons, so in their off-season they want to keep fit.
I think it says a lot about where women's football in Australia is positioned relative to the rest of the world. We're one of the only few countries that has a national professional competition, so clearly that's an opportunity for the best women players around the world to come and play.
And as for who'll be crowned champion come mid-December, the mood is fairly consistent.
I think Queensland are a team to beat. I think everyone knows that.
It's probably pretty safe to say Queensland. They're a consistently solid team, and obviously they've got a lot of national team players in their squad, so yeah, they've got a strong chance of it.
I'd have to be silly not to say Queensland.